Hi guys, welcome back to our drone channel. This time we are looking at the wide-angle lens for the DJI Mini 3 Pro. In this video I explain you what this little lens can do, when to use it, how to mount it and what technical data it has. Additionally, you will see great footage with or without the lens in order to get a clear comparison. So stay tuned. If you like what you see, then help us to grow and subscribe. First of all, where to get this tiny wide-angle lens? Well, that's quite easy because it can be ordered directly on the website of DJI and costs €35 respectively $39 US. I think that's a fair price and I'm gonna show you why. But right before, we will have a look of how to mount it and if that little lens increases the weight of your drone above 249 grams. Okay, the wide-angle lens is coming in a small box. Well, like all DJI products, it has a typical wide and higher quality design. Then let's start unboxing it. Opening the flap and simply pulling it out. As you can see, the wide-angle lens is in a separate small hard case. Okay, let's put it aside for a moment and see what else we can find in the box. The little package insert seems to be just rubbish, but the big one can be unfolded and contains the technical data of the lens. Good, let's have a look at the small black hard case. Well, first impression, good quality. It is a hard plastic case with a DJI logo engraved on the top cover. There is a small plastic hinge on the back side to open it up. Inside there is the wide-angle lens fixed in a recess. Okay, let's take a closer look at it. Right next to the lens there is an imprint on the cover showing 0.65 times and wide lens. Additionally, the lens protrudes significantly further than the aperture that is normally in front of the gimbal camera. In the glass itself you can already clearly see how the light is refracted in a different way. So the lens is quite small, it will fit perfectly in front of the camera. Well, then let's see what the small lens actually weighs. The scale shows exactly 2 grams, which corresponds to 0.004 pounds. Let's see if that's enough to increase the weight of the DJI Mini 3 Pro above 249 grams. Let's put the drone on the scales. Okay, that looks good. The standard drone, including battery and wide-angle lens, weighs only 245 grams, which is perfect. Okay, our setup is a regular DJI Mini 3 Pro and the wide-angle lens. First of all, we are taking off the gimbal cover in order to get access to the camera. There's another thing that is quite helpful. I mean the gimbal protection foam that was delivered together with the drone. As you can see, it keeps the gimbal in position and will help you attaching the lens to the camera. So therefore, I recommend you not to throw this little thing away. Now hold and fix the gimbal with one finger and turn the regular aperture safely counterclockwise. It just needs to be turned a few degrees and then put it aside. Here we have a clear view on the camera without any aperture. You can also clearly see the 4 flanges that will later hold the wide-angle lens in position. Let's put the drone down and take the hard case with the lens inside. It is well secured in the recess and can't fall out by mistake. Okay, taking it out, taking again the drone and fixing the gimbal with the finger the same way we did before. Then simply putting the wide-angle lens in front of the camera, slightly rotate it. Now turn it safely clockwise. You will feel a very slight click when the lens is in position and attached correctly to the flanges. And that's all. When we turn the drone a little bit sideways, you will recognize that the lens is protruding significantly further. In this example, it is just held in place by the foam, otherwise, due to the weight, the gimbal would tip down. Anyway, the good thing is that the gimbal cover still fits to the drone when the wide-angle lens is attached. So the camera is well protected. Now let's look at a few examples to better understand how the lens is changing our final shots. First of all, we circle an old monastery at the height of 78 meters, which is around 255 feet. In the upper section we record with the wide-angle lens and in the lower section with the regular lens. You can clearly see that the field of view is significantly increased into all directions. The distance to the monastery was more or less the same, with just slightly deviations. Here is another direct comparison next to wind turbines. Same height, same air position, but different lenses. With a wide-angle lens, you gain much more field of view and receive a more panoramic footage than with the regular lens. But when watching to the footage of the wide-angle lens, there's something which you can recognize on the horizon. Right, there is a curvature. And guess what? This is for sure not the curvature of the planet. Later we will see it more clearly. Please do not compare the colors, as the sun was covered by some clouds during the flight with the regular lens. And a vertical view. Again, same height, same distance. On the left you see the footage with the wide-angle lens and a slight curvature. On the right with the regular aperture and no curvature. The wide-angle lens is able to catch all in one picture, while on the right the view is cropped. To catch the whole wind turbine with a normal lens, you need to gain more distance to it, and this is exactly what's the big advantage. In case you are not able to have enough space between your drone and the object you want to record, the wide-angle lens might help you out to get good footage anyway. Now let me show you on that example what exactly I mean by curvature. If you have a clear look, you can see that the horizon is curved. To visualize it a bit better, I have put in a straight horizontal line from the entry to the exit point of the hills into the screen. Look how the hills kind of move a bit upwards while the drone is moving around the monastery until they reach the center of the screen. This is called barrel distortion and is created by the wide-angle lens to increase the field of view. In order to make the barrel distortion effect even more visible, I've been flying very close to the monastery walls. In this comparison you can see pretty well how curved the wall joints are when recording with the wide-angle lens and how much more image you get on the screen. One last technical remark. The tilt angle of the gimbal is reduced after attaching the wide-angle lens. Also, some quick shot options like panorama is not possible to use. Anyway, I really like this lens and have put it to my regular fly equipment. And that's basically everything I wanted to share with you. Let me know if you are using the wide-angle lens and what are your use cases. If you liked the video, smash the like button, drop me a comment below and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, see you, bye bye.